Try again.
Test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2.
Louder.
Test, 1, 2, 1, 2. Test.
Go again.
Test, 1, 2.
Okay.
Test.
Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Good. All right. So, somewhat close. We'll go on ahead and main camera. Welcome everyone to Cyril's Stadium here in Killeen, Texas, for tonight's game against the Chaparral Bobcats. The Lions have been here since before I got here, at a little over after 5 o'clock. Joining me on the air is going to be Frank Rodriguez. Hi, Frank. Also helping us out is Purrier Schwesper. I had it before the pregame.
Say that 3 times.
Schwesper. And then on camera we have Peter Casimir. The Lions 2-0 in district, sitting atop district. They are actually a half a game behind the Cedar Park Timberwolves because the Timberwolves beat Rouse last night by a score, I believe it was 35 or 31-24. And the other game, it wasn't Cedar Park. Georgetown beat Rouse, and Cedar Park beat Eastview, and that game was 31-28. So that was a good game. So Cedar Park is 3-0. The Lions are 2-0, and Georgetown are 2-1, and that is the top part of the district. The rest of the teams are either 1-2, or tonight's opponent is 0-2 in the Chaparral Bobcats, but they're not a slouch. We've seen them play close to quite a few teams. They did take a little bit of a beating against the Georgetown Eagles last week, but I think a little bit of that was some frustration felt by the Georgetown Eagle program after losing to the Lions on the Leander's homecoming.
Yeah, that's definitely left a bitter taste in their mouth. But they've been playing good ball. This is a very competitive district. But the Lions, they're rolling right now. Rushing, defense is sound. So I think if we can just go execute today, I think we can come away with the win.
They really have played well in all aspects of the game. They've done well with special teams. You've got Rene Rodriguez as a kicker. You've got 2 or 3 really good kick returners. Any of those guys out there could easily bust along one. Obviously, Zane Wooldridge, as you call him, the Magic Man. We also have a sophomore in Isaac Montgomery, who also returns kicks, as well as a couple of other guys that are sound kick returners. And then the coverage teams have been great as well. Rodriguez as a punter, almost as good as he is as
a weapon.
As a kicker. So, but offensively, you've got 2 quarterbacks that can play well. Nobody's playing better than the Lions quarterback right now in that position. And then you've got a couple of good running backs. You've got Gordon, who's been playing a lot recently, and that's because E.J. Hargrave has been nicked up, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
we got Pikes, a wild man, Mr. Football.
So you got the H-back, who also doubles as a slot receiver, who's received an offer already from Southwestern University, looking at a couple of other schools as well. Defensively, you got Kessler, you got Bridwell, and the secondary is great. The front with Corshi up there, those guys have been very dominant, as well as Schwepper is one of the players there in the middle defensively playing that nose. And so we've seen a lot of great football from the Lions, and it's not something that Lion faithful have seen over the last few years. And the Lions, in order to maintain where they're at district-wise and solidify a potential playoff spot, a win here tonight is very important.
Oh, yes, it is. And it's good to see Leander back on the radar. I mean, before, we're going to play Leander. Okay, cool. But we're going to play Leander. You better get your stuff together.
Right. Well, and it's starting to look like that again. In fact, the American Statesman, who rates the top 5 5A and 6A schools in the area, Leander made their first appearance in about 8 or 10 years to that list as number 5, previously not rated. So we'll turn it to the main camera, and we'll bring you all the action here tonight at Cyril's Stadium in Killeen, Texas, home of Fort Hood.
Just a jump, hop, and a skip away from Leander.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. And there you can hear a little bit of the local fans of the Bobcats. I don't know how I think I'm going to do this game without my binoculars, so I got to grab them real quick. It's bad enough trying to do a game without my cheaters to read the roster, but
it'd be easy to call the game. Last week everybody was named team, so that was pretty easy for Glenn.
And we'll have the pregame festivities here momentarily. It looks like the captains are going to come out, but we may have it looks like the colors are on the field, so we'll have the national anthem and then the coin toss.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your hats at this time for the posting of the colors and the national anthem. Presenting the colors with pride and dignity is the Chaparral High School JORTC Color Guard. The Bobcat Battalion Commander is Cadet Major Dominic Mondrano, and the Cadet Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Billy Rodriguez. Tonight's Color Guard is led by Cadet Private Harmony Perry, carrying the American flag. Carrying the Texas flag is Cadet Anna Gervasio. The right rifle guard is Cadet Brittany Kitzmiller, and the left rifle guard is Cadet Sergeant Azaria Clark. The instructors are Sergeant Major Retired Keith Walker and Lieutenant Colonel Retired George Matthews. And now, our national anthem, performed by the Chaparral High School Varsity Choir under the direction of Gerald Nicholas and Eric Berg.
Of course, you're going to expect a good rendition of the national anthem in a town like Killeen, where the home of the biggest military base in the free world exists, that being Fort Hood. And we'll turn the crowd mic down a little bit, but we'll bring you all the action here. The captains for the Chaparral Bobcats are Kylan Moses, Justin Tiumave. We also have number 75, Torrey Henry, and 99, Brian Brundage. For Leander, it looks like we're going to have number 88, Garen Montoya. What's that second one there?
Meeting at midfield are the captains for tonight's game.
We got 88. 99, 17, and 47. So 99 is Timon Lawson. 47 is Jude Demangue. And 17 is Travion Gordon.
That was 98.
It was 98, Elijah Hurst. So we want to apologize to his parents.
Number 75, Tori Henry.
So the crowd mic's going to have to come down a little bit lower so that we can hear each other. We've haven't really had a crowd mic all season. It's a pretty new stadium here on the campus of Chaparral High School in Killeen, and it's a very nice press box. It has 3 levels. So Leander will be receiving the football to open tonight's game as they win the toss and choose the football. Hopefully there'll be a similar start to the Glenn game where after a big win after Georgetown, they went right down the field in 4 plays and scored a long 60-yard touchdown run by the Lion quarterback. So, hopefully they'll get into that same kind of situation with Mitchell. He's really done well on the ground so far in district play for the Lions. He did miss a game early in pre-district, and we got to see Mason Montgomery, who was very productive in that win, that non-district win. So the Lions have 2 good quarterbacks they can rely on. Back deep to receive the return are going to be number 1, of course, Zane Wooldridge, as well as number 10, Isaac Montgomery. As we mentioned, their return abilities, something to watch for. Kicking is Christian Vasquez, the junior, number 82 for the Bobcats. And I'll do my best to keep the scoreboard up to date. We unfortunately don't have a producer, so I'm running double duty tonight. That's going to be returned by one of the up men, Aiden Stericker, and he's going to go down around the 24-yard line to give the Lions pretty good field position. He looked like he was going to take off there, and he decided maybe I better get down.
Pop a squat real quick.
Yeah, that's good enough field position.
I know you were talking about Logan Mitchell and him missing 1 game, but this kid is still 850 yards passing.
Yeah, he's done really well. And we've seen that he's earned his time on that field. Certainly a big threat in the backfield with Mitchell will be Camarion Gordon, the running back, and they'll bring Montgomery in motion. The ball's on the ground, and Mitchell has to jump on it, and that's not how you want to start as the Lions go backwards on their first play of tonight's game.
Shake the cobwebs loose real quick.
Gain of or loss of about 8, which is going to make it second down and 18. Mitchell will take the snap and hits the sophomore on the swing pass. It's going to be incomplete as it hit Montgomery in the hands, but he drops it. It's now 3rd and very long for the Lions. And, you win the toss, you want to be able to have some bonus or production, rather, on that first drive. And unfortunately, the Lions go backwards on first down, and that play unsuccessful as they fail to execute the swing pass to Montgomery. So 3 receivers here on the near side of the formation for Mitchell. He'll fake to Gordon, hits Wooldridge across the middle, and he's going to have the first down and more. 40, 45, 50. He's at the 30. He's going to get pushed out of bounds around the 25-yard line, and only because there was an angle by the defender, and I didn't get the number on the defender that pushed him out of bounds. I think it was number 33 for the Bobcats, and that is Demetrius Davis, but it'll be a first down for the Lions nonetheless.
I mean, it's 3rd and long. You know who to look for. It's Mr. Magic Man. He comes through every time.
And the Lions wasting no time. They hand off to Gordon. He's in the open, 20-15, another first down for the Lions.
Number 21, Gordon is the ball carrier. Taking down number 5, Justice Chimavade.
He runs off to the left.
He gets inside the 10 to about the 9 where he's forced out of bounds there by number 24, Kamoni Sherman. So gain of about 6 yards will make it second down and 4 for Leander. Handoff again to Gordon. He's up the middle, past the 5, down to the 2-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal for Leander.
Yeah, that gaping hole's about a mile wide right there, so Gordon snuck it up in there and got himself a couple yards right there.
So the Lions, they didn't give him a touchdown, did they? No, I was going to say he was well short.
Well,
was there a turnover?
Yeah.
I missed the turnover. Evidently the Lions turned the football over. I was looking at the scoreboard over here, but it is now Chaparral football, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Gordon had fumbled at the 2-yard line. I guess he stripped it away from him.
Pistol formation. I'm going to hand to the running back, and he'll get past the line of scrimmage, or right at the line of scrimmage. There's a flag in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like the Lions didn't hold their water on that one.
Well, when you get down there next to the goal line, you want to get a quick start if you can. Bryson Coleman, the sophomore quarterback, has had a pretty good season. He'll benefit from a 5-yard penalty, which will make it 1st down and 5 for the Bobcats.
Yeah, the Lions were just eager to get the ball back right there.
They're in a standard traditional pistol. It's hard to say traditional pistol because it is a fairly new formation. Number 23, the ball carrier, Keith Tyler, he's going to get wrapped up after a gain of about a yard. 2nd down and 4. So Garrett Pites on the stop for the Lions.
With the body slam.
He throws that body around like he's never been hurt before.
Yeah.
But you want that on your defense. He's lining up there on that right defensive end right now for the Lions. Coleman with Tyler just to his left, and there's a quick snap. The ball's loose in the back of the end zone, picked up by Coleman. He's going to carry it out of the end zone and pick up a 1st down over the 15 to the 17. The Lions, on that broken play, sometimes it'll hurt you. They had him, but he showed good speed, and Matthew Anderson ending up making the tackle for the Lions, but it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 17-yard line for the Bobcats. Coleman with Tyler just to his side. Twin receivers either side of the formation. They're going to hand to Tyler straight ahead, and he's going to get tripped up. Pites in there as well as number 9 for the Lions, Matthew Anderson, but a gain of 6. Make it 5, 2nd down and 5.
Number 23, Keith Tyler is the ball carrier. Stopping number 5, Calvin Kessler.
Kessler on the stop, as you heard the PA say. Coleman and Tyler in the backfield for the Bobcats. Coleman dropping back. He's going to flip it quickly to the receiver, number 4, and he's going to make a couple of guys miss and get up over the 30. That's Tristan Pizzell for the Bobcats, and they'll have a 1st down at the Bobcat 34-yard line. And they're wasting no time back up on the line of scrimmage. Coleman will hand off to Tyler. This time he'll bounce it outside, and he's tripped up by number 13 of the Lions, Jake Bridwell. Gain of 5 yards on the play is going to make it 2nd and 5. And, we talked about it pregame, not on the air, Frank, but this running back averages about 7 yards a carry. So you got to key on old Tyler.
Oh, yeah. I think defense needs to go ahead and just stay with their responsibilities and not get pushed off the line.
So Coleman with Tyler just to his right, 2 receivers either side of the formation. They're going to hand to Tyler off the left tackle, and he's going to lower his shoulder and pick up about 4 yards. It'll make it 3rd down and 1. Bridwell again, or Anderson rather, in there on the stop. To see if the Lions can get some penetration here on 3rd down and try to get off the field. Ball at the 43-yard line of the Bobcats. They need the 44 for the 1st down. The way they've been running the football, I expect a handoff to Keith Tyler here on this play. They do have an H-back in the formation. That's number 45, Caden Wood. 2 receivers here on the near side for Coleman. He'll send Wood to that side of the formation. So now they have 3 receivers over there. Coleman, there's some confusion with the Bobcats, and they're going to have to burn a timeout here on 3rd and 1, and that could come back to haunt them later on. You want to keep those timeouts in your pocket if you can. We'll take this moment to mention our sponsors. for Lion football. The gold sponsors include Bear Electric LLC, Mercy Veterinary Hospital. The silver sponsors are Bill Miller's Barbecue, RDZ Roofing, Raising Cane's. And the bronze sponsors are Golden Chick, Toyota of Cedar Park, Texas State Optical Cedar Park, Whitestone Fine Jewelry, Sisk Rob Incorporated, JT Reisdorf at State Farm. Lion Pride sponsors are A-Plus Septic, Cleaning and Repairs, Grissom Insurance Group, and Black Rock Coffee. The Roll Pride sponsors are MLD Services, Modern Shade, and Milo Aquatics. We want to thank those sponsors, and we have some others that we'll mention a little bit later. The sponsor list has grown, and as the Lions get more successful, I expect that list to grow even more. So out of the timeout, Coleman will have Tyler behind him in a pistol formation. This time they'll have two backs, additional backs in the backfield in an H-back type position. One of them's a big lineman, number 75, and they move him in motion. They hand to Tyler straight ahead, go to where he was, the big lineman, and he'll carry it past midfield into Lion territory for a first down. That big lineman, Torrey Henry, one of the game captains, big fella. He's a senior for the Bobcats, and so go ahead, Frank.
No, I know it's a long gang right there, but that tackle pushed out Pikes, and he still managed to get down the field and make a tackle. That was real good by him.
Good hustle play. So Coleman with Tyler behind him in a pistol formation, twin receivers either side of the formation. Coleman directing his receivers with a signal, and there's a penalty flag pre-snap, and that's going to be a false start. That'll make it 1st and 15. It'll push the line of scrimmage back to the Lion 49-yard line. And so Chaparral will just stay in formation. I don't think that changed their play call. They do have a tight, well, maybe it did because their formation's a little different. More receivers here on the wide side. Coleman drops it to pass intended for number 2, Amoni Tolliver, and out there in
Great
coverage,
right there, yeah.
Malachi Filan, who I believe has received an offer himself. Can't remember the school at the moment, but I believe it's a Division I school. So 2nd down and 15 for the Bobcats here as the Lions able to cause an incompletion, and now 2nd and long, and see if they can force a 3rd and long and potentially get off the field here and stop this drive from the Bobcats. Coleman dropping straight back. He's got pressure. He's going to get sacked. He did get back to the line of scrimmage, so it is going to just be a gain of 1. But Calvin Kessler, number 5 there to make the tackle.
Stick and missile right there.
Yeah, had a little bit of pressure from number 74, Mac Schwepper, who's often referred to as Big Mac. His mom told me, so we can start calling him Big Mac instead of mispronouncing his name.
Oh,
so
Big Mac over there, okay.
3rd down and 14
Easier
for the Bobcats. See if the Lions defense can get off the field. Coleman looking to complete the pass in the flat, and the receiver trying to go back the other direction. Nothing there, and that's Kenneth Johnson, the junior wideout, will lose yardage.
And that was Chase Milne on the tackle right there. He didn't let him go nowhere.
So Milne in there getting the stop, and it's 4th down. The Lions will force a punt. It's a 4th and 22 yards. And back deep to receive the punt will be Zane Wooldridge. Punting for the Bobcats will be number 5, Justin Tumiavi. Do you have a score? That's a high punt. It's going to take a Bobcat roll. It's going to be fielded by Wooldridge. He's going to run across the field. He's got great speed. He's able to get all the way across the field. He picks up some blocks. He's at the 30, and he'll get out of bounds at the 35. And so what looked like something he should have allowed to just roll dead at about the 15 turns into a 1st and 10 for the Lions at around the 37.
Yeah, he decided to show them a magic trick real quick.
Yeah, that's not somebody you want.
Yeah.
Not somebody you want to let
get a hold of that ball, but I mean he knew he was setting them up.
Block on return.
Now, there is a penalty flag down against the Lions, and that may have been why he was able to get all the way across that field. And, you know, that's one of those safety penalties because it was a bit of a crackback block that, you know, when we played, that was perfectly legal and encouraged.
We were trying to get those like badges.
But now it is a not encouraged. So the Lions will have 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line.
And I can see why, too, because back in the day, the stretcher had to come out after a couple of those hits.
The pass is complete in the flat to Wooldridge. He's at the 15-20, and he'll be forced out at the 25. It'll be a first down Lions.
Mitchell's pass complete to number 1, Wooldridge. Pushed out number 18, Aiden McCullum.
Leander with the gain right there for about 20 yards.
Okay. So I was just checking your mic.
All right.
First down and 10 for the Lions here. That's Gordon in the backfield with Mitchell. 3 receivers at the top of the formation. We've got a single receiver down here on the short side for the Lions. There's a snap they're going to hand to Gordon. No, it's a fake. Mitchell keeps it, cuts in at the 25. He's up to the 30. He gets popped pretty good there by number 8, William Ellison. And that's one of the drawbacks from being such a tall kid is, you know, you give yourself a big target.
Well, the good thing is Logan's he's a tough kid right there. He popped right back up like nothing.
So gain of 4 on that play is going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Lions. Huddle broke, and Gordon, the running back. This time we're going to have twin receivers on either side of the formation. Over here with Wooldridge is number 9, Matthew Anderson. Mitchell rolls the other way and completes it to Montgomery, and a flag comes down. But Montgomery has it at the 46. We'll see what the penalty flag is. It's got to be a defensive hold or something. I didn't see him push off or anything, Montgomery, that is. The sophomore with a nice catch on the sideline there for the Lions. Should have some yardage tacked on here, and it does look like it will be a first down. So it was a offsides penalty against the Bobcats, and the Lions will take the gain as it's much more than 5 yards, and they'll huddle, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45.
That was a good route right there. Just got stuck in that zone, and he was wide open over there on the right.
So Gordon right beside Mitchell. They're going to hand to Gordon right up the middle. He spins out of a tackle, and he's just pinballing his way to midfield. Great run. That's why you see him out there. He keeps those legs churning and churning and churning, a la Ricky Waters of the old San Francisco 49. That might be before your time.
Before my time, but I can Google it, though. Check it out.
Hey, he was a good running back, even though I can't stand the Niners. He gave the Cowboys fits back in the day, and you'll find a lot of my references are old. So Mitchell with Gordon beside him. They're going to flip Wooldridge over here in a single receiver on the near side of the formation. 3 receivers at the top for Logan Mitchell. He moves Gordon to that short side, and they hand to Gordon, but a timeout was called by the Leander coaching staff right before the snap of the football because they didn't like something they saw. So the other sponsors that we want to mention here in the first half include Quality Moving and Storage, DigDwell.com, Thrifty Goat Graphics, Learn Lee 123. That's LEARNLEE 123. Cedar Park Law, Wyndham Roofing, Pigpen Cycles, Baldy's Jeep Shop, Walks It To You, Brooklyn Heights Pizzeria, Guaco Taco, Lucky Rabbit, where we'll be having a podcast on Tuesday evening. Make sure you come out there to Jonestown and watch it, as well as the Community Blessing Outreach at Leander High School. And we want to thank all of those folks that contribute to the program as well as assist the community. Obviously, Community Blessing Outreach is just what it says, a blessing to the community. 2 receivers here on the near side of the formation, 1 at the top. Gordon in the backfield with Mitchell here on 2nd down and 5. There's a snap. Mitchell rolls, sets up in the pocket, throws deep down the left seam. Wooldridge had his hands on it for a moment, but he got broken up by number 5, Justice Tuamave, and that was not that dissimilar to a catch we saw him make against the Glen Grizzlies late in that football game that really put it into a point where they were going to win that game going away. I mean, Glen kept trying to rally, but that catch by Wooldridge late in that ball game really put it away for the Lions. They'll be in a huddle here as they've got 3rd and 5 to try to navigate.
For double coverage, that was a pretty good pass, too.
And it looks like we had a whistle. So there's a loss on the play of about 4 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 9, and the Lions will bring out the punting unit. So it is now 4th down. The Lions will bring out Rene Rodriguez to kick the football away. And we'll try to get you some local scores here in a minute. We've got Purrier, Schwesper. I'm still going to have trouble with your name, buddy.
Little Mac.
No, he doesn't want to be called that. Rodriguez gets a nice punt off, and the returner's going to let it bounce. It'll take a semi-Lion roll, and it will be downed around the 16-yard line by number 29 of the Lions, and that is Louis Ruiz-Williams. So we'll let Purrier give you an update on some scores from last night. Okay, well, we missed that one. We'll get it here in a second. The Bobcats in formation. They have one receiver either side of the formation, a couple of guys in the backfield, and they move them up to the line of scrimmage. They'll bring a man in motion. That's Tiamuve, and we're going to have an illegal shift as the Bobcats didn't really look like they knew what formation they wanted to be in. So we'll update the scoreboard. It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Bobcats. Did you get those scores pulled up, Purrier?
Let's see. Okay. All right, Cedar Park remains perfect against Rouse, 11-0. As Timberwolves hang on for the 35-25 victory over the Raiders in the 8-5A D1 battle.
Tyler gets the handoff, runs straight ahead for a gain of about 1, so it'll be 2nd down and 14 for the Bobcats. So Cedar Park knocks off Rouse. And then we also had Georgetown Eastview. Georgetown Eastview lost to Cedar Park, and Rouse lost to Georgetown.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
And so we'll get you some other scores of games here tonight. Just stay with us here. We're in a pistol formation now for the Bobcats, and they're taking a little bit of time. The play clock down to 5 seconds. Coleman, the quarterback. Beside him is Tyler, and they're going to have a penalty. No, they get the play off, and they hand it to Tyler straight ahead, but waiting for him in the hole is number 42, Chase Milne. So there's going to be 3rd down and about 12 as he picked up a couple of yards there. We'll try to get you some updates here as soon as we can locate some.
Yeah, this Leander D-line's doing real good at getting a surge to the backfield, not giving up any room, making that run game a little hard for Chaparral.
Coleman drops back, throws it over the middle, and complete. Oh, it's dropped. It was in the hands of Nicholas McLean, and then he drops it.
You heard that stampede coming.
Yeah, so it'll be 4th down, and the Lions will force a field goal. I mean, a punt by the Bobcats. And back deep to receive that punt will be Zane Wooldridge for the Lions. Do you have an app that you get the scores on, Frank? Because we're having a little trouble. That punt snap rolls back to the punter. He's able to get it a decent punt off despite that, and it's going to be touched by the Bobcats around the 48-yard line of Leander, where the Lions will take over 1st and 10. The Lions will huddle up on the sideline.
Yeah, Pflugerville yesterday put a beating on McCallum, 52-14.
Yeah, I think that Pflugerville's only got one loss on the year. They're a pretty good football team. We saw them to open the season, and despite a pretty good game, the Lions were playing catch-up during that entire game. But the season really shifting towards the Lions here. They're having a little trouble with the Bobcats early as we're about 22 seconds left in the first. Handoff goes to Gordon up the middle, and he carries over midfield to about the 45 for a gain of 7. It's going to be 2nd down and 3, and more than likely that'll be the end of the quarter. But we'll see if the Lions decide to try to force something here. They don't. They're going to let it move to the end of the quarter, so we'll take a quick break here and try to get you some updates, and we'll flip the sides of the field. We already got all the sponsors mentioned. I believe Lake Belton might be playing some Glenn tonight. And that game is currently scoreless, at least in terms of what is being reported online. That's the only other district game in the game. Yeah, last night's Cedar Park win was 31-29 over Eastview, and Georgetown thumped Rouse pretty good, 42-14. That other game, again, is Lake Belton versus the Glen Grizzlies. And Georgetown beat Rouse, I said Glen, but I meant Rouse. So the Lions will have the football 2nd down and 4 to open the second quarter as they come out hoping to get some points on the board here early. In the first half at least, right? It's still not very early.
Yeah.
The clock is moving pretty quickly as we're only about 26 minutes on the time clock, and the game is already in the second quarter. Mitchell rolling to the left and flips it into the flat to Pites. He shakes off one tackler, picks up the first down, and knocks another guy out a little bit backwards so that he can let him know I'm not an easy person to tackle.
No, he's running tough right there. Look like a juggernaut right there.
So he's the kind of player that when you get him involved, he really starts producing, and so you want to give him the ball as early as you can. So they're going to hand to Gordon here on 1st and 10. He'll start outside and cut back in behind the guard and pick up about 4 yards. Make it 2nd down and 6 for Leander here early in the second quarter of a scoreless football game. Gordon lining up just to the left of Mitchell. 2 receivers on both sides of the formation. There's the snap. They're going to fake to Gordon, and Mitchell keeps to the left, and he'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards and bring up 3rd and short. Make it 3rd and 2.
We got a flag on the play.
Well,
might be a late hit.
Pending the penalty. It's on this side of the field, though, so it's generally going to be an offsides when you see the play not be stopped and the flag come down right at they're going to call a hold on the defense. Interesting. Or was that, what was that?
Well, he was out of bounds and he hit him late.
Okay, so it was a personal foul penalty. I didn't hear what he said. So that'll give the Lions a 1st down in Bobcat territory, deep at looks like the 19-yard line.
The Lions O-line, they're just getting surged. It's 2 to 3 yards as soon as that ball snapped every time.
Well, they need to do something. We need to get some points here on the board. Right now, the longer you let the Bobcats hang around, the more confidence they will have.
And it's Friday night. You don't give anybody confidence on a Friday night.
No, you want to keep that momentum. Mitchell looking to throw. Pass complete and then dropped by Zane Woldridge. He had it, and he tried to get both feet down. It's not the NFL, son. You go ahead and just get that one down. Instead, it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for Leander. The clock stopping at 10:45 in the half. They're in Rene Rodriguez field goal range, but you don't want to settle for a field goal here. You want to get an early first half touchdown at the very least to kind of put the Bobcats on notice. Gordon to the left of Mitchell. They're going to hand to Gordon. He's going to spin out of a tackle And then that tackler's going to get back up and tackle him. That's number 99, Brian Brundage. Loss on the play of a yard is going to make it 3rd down and 11.
You seldom see Gordon go down on the first tackle. That boy runs hard right there, and he's just a slippery running back. He gets loose.
Yeah, he bounced right off of Brundage, and then he fell down. He was able to get back up because there was nowhere to go for Gordon, and we're going to have a whistle and a timeout by the Chaparral Bobcats. They didn't see something, or they saw something they did not like in the Lion formation, decided to call timeout. Yeah, I'm not sure how quickly MaxPrex gets their scores updated, so we'll try to get you some updates here. There's so many services, but I used to have an app, and it was like a Fox Sports app, but I don't know what happened to it. I guess I deleted it at some point. But we will get you some scores of local games here as soon as we can. We're missing our producer. He had training this week, and he just knew that getting out at 5 and then getting in that traffic on a Friday evening was not going to get him here in time. So Mitchell has Gordon to the right in the formation. 2 receivers either side. Mitchell looking to throw, decides to roll out. He's able to get one across to Pites, and he drops it at the 5. That would have been a first down for the Lions. Instead, it's going to be 4th down for Leander, and they'll likely bring out the kicking unit for Rene Rodriguez to try to give the Lions an early lead. So let's see if Dave Campbell's has got us.
And that was good of Pites right there to get open. He saw that the quarterback was getting out of the pocket, and he decided to slide over a little bit and get open. Just couldn't quite get the completion on that one.
So Vandergrift is beating the kick is up. Nice. Oh, they're going to say it was to the left, and it's no good, and that'll give the ball back to Chaparral, and we'll remain scoreless here. As I was mentioning, Vandergrift is beating Cedar Ridge by a score of 9-0. Bryan and Harker Heights are tied at 0. McNeil is trailing to Vista Ridge by a score of 7-0. Those are the local scores that I have at the moment. We'll keep looking for updates as well in all the area. Midway, my alma mater, tied with Temple 0-0. Similar to this game. There must not be a lot of scoring going on this Friday night. Tyler, the running back, next to the quarterback, Bryson Coleman, the sophomore, playing pretty well here tonight. He'll bring a man in motion, and he'll hand to that man on a jet sweep, and he'll get spun out and come all the way back across the field, showing a lot of speed, but the Lions are
that's a pride of Lions right there.
Yeah. That is Bryson, or the running the receiver was Davian Arthur, who carried that football.
For 60 yards for loss of 1.
Loss of 1, yeah. Net -1, 60-yard running on the play, but Lion defense.
He was getting it, though. He was running sideways pretty good.
Well, and you know Lions hunt in a pride, and you saw that on that play there defensively. So Coleman rolling to his left, and then we're going to have an offsides penalty against Leander. That pass almost completed to Arthur, the guy who ran that jet sweep moments ago. But it looked like Pites might have gotten into the offensive line just prior to the snap. Let's see what the call is.
Yeah, he was just a little eager to get back there and make some magic of his own happen.
So 2nd down will occur again, this time less to gain for the first down for the Bobcats. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
Hey, when you're built with that type of aggression, it's kind of hard to hold your water sometimes.
Yeah. It's a fine line to get off the ball as quickly as possible, but avoid being offsides. And of course, Pikes didn't line up right over the football. There's really no excuse for those 1 and 3 techniques, but the fives, you can see it happening to them here or there, 5s and 7s. So pistol formation, Tyler to the left. They're going to hand to that running back, and he's going the other direction. And that actually wasn't Tyler. That was 29, Schwantez Davis Shields, I believe, which on the roster shows him as a defensive player. But guys play both ways here at the high school level. So it's going to be 3rd down, a loss of about a yard on the play. The Bobcats trying to keep this drive alive after the missed field goal by the Lions. 2 backs in the backfield this time with Coleman. He's going to drop back. Pass over the middle is incomplete. He had a couple of receivers in line for that. It looked like it was intended for Tristan Pizzell and a little bit too tall. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Hey, I tell you what, it's real good to have Timon Lawson back. Timon Lawson right now just had a surge up the middle, kind of forced the quarterback's hand on that one and just overthrew it. I mean, but that big boy right there, it's going to take 2 or 3 guys to hold him back.
Yeah, we need pressure because Coleman is shown that he can distribute the football pretty well. In fact, a couple of the passes were simply drops by his receivers. Looks like they're going to go for it here on their end of the field on 4th and 7. He's going to drop back, a little pressure. He gets the pass off, and it's completed to number 1, Kenneth Johnson. He had good coverage out there by the Lions. Number 12, that is Tyree Smith, but a late move towards the hashes and a good catch. And it's a 1st down for the Bobcats after Jones comes down with that pass from Coleman.
And Virgil Garcia just nearly got a sack right there.
Just a second late.
Just a second late.
It's a game of inches, they say. A handoff to 15. Milne there to slow him down. A couple of other lines come in to clean it up, but that's Davian Arthur on the carry. He'll pick up 5 yards. Will make it 2nd down and 5. Back to the line of scrimmage are the Bobcats. 2 backs in the backfield with Coleman. 3 receivers in the formation. Coleman drops straight back. Deep pass on the left side is not going to be anywhere close to the intended receiver, Kenneth Johnson. Good coverage out there by the Lions. Cornerback, I think that's number 24, Nicholas Winton. It's going to bring up 3rd down now for the Bobcats. They had 2nd in reasonable. They went for it on 4th down in their own territory, so I would expect them to go for it on 4th down here as well if they don't convert here on 3rd. Johnson in that same formation with the 2 backs. This time 2 receivers top of the formation, a single receiver here on the wide side. There's a snap, and they're going to hand to one of those running backs, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. That's number 42, Chase Milne. Right there, almost took the handoff from Justin Brown, the running back, and it's going to be a loss of 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7. I think we determined they have a pretty good field goal kicker. Will they kick here, or will they go for it on 4th down? Looks like they're going to leave the offense out there for now. Oh, there's a flag down here on the near side of the field as the referees discuss. Well, there's a 1st down for Chaparral, a little home cooking maybe. They call a face mask against the Lions, and that'll give a 1st down to the Bobcats all the way inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. The line defense is really going to have to bow their necks here, as it's certainly field goal range now, even if they stop them from progressing any further. Coleman with Tyler in the backfield. They hand to Tyler. No, Coleman's going to get sacked. They fake to Tyler, and a sack by the Lions, number 9, Matthew Anderson, and that'll cause a 2nd down and 14 for the Chaparral Bobcats.
Yeah, Anderson just came off that edge, and he was humming.
With about 7 minutes left in the half, this game is really going quickly. Tyler, the running back, beside Coleman. He has twin receivers on either side of the formation. He'll take the snap, look to his right, and just too much pressure. Milne there with Pites and Big Mac there, as well as number 55. All four of the defensive linemen, Caleb Lemire included there. And another loss on the play is going to make it 3rd and 21, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Bobcats as they, since the face mask penalty against Leander, have gone backwards.
And that's how you stop the pass right there.
Yeah. You get enough pressure. You get it there quick enough. A sophomore, he's a youngster, and he definitely has talent. But if you put bodies in his face, it makes it a lot more difficult to execute.
And it was just a surge. It was greatly executed by Leander right there.
So the entire team comes off the sideline for the Bobcats into the huddle, and I think that's one of those moments where the coach is going to try to fire his team up here early in the first half. Well, late first half, I guess we got 6:26 left in this half. A scoreless game. I really did not expect it to shake out this way in the first half, but we could see 40 points by each team over the course of the remainder of the game. You just never know. Both of these teams have explosive offenses. The Lions' defense has really played pretty well tonight so far. The Lion offense just needs to get out of its own way. So Coleman with Tyler in the backfield. 3 receivers on the wide side of the formation. There's a snap. Coleman dropping back, looking to that direction. He's going to be sacked. Ball's on the ground. And it's covered by number 76 of the Chaparrals, or 78 rather, Corey Sinke. And it's going to be 4th down and about, they got to get to the 9. They're on the 41.
That was Virgil Garcia right there on the edge. I mean, he's the one who said he missed that sack on that long pass. He almost had it, but he got back there right now.
Yeah, my midway math isn't working very good. So we got 41 minus 9 is 32.
Oh, excuse me. Looking back at it was Pites. Oh, football, Mr. Football, Pites with the tomahawk right there to make the ball hit the ground.
So the Lions will force a punting situation here where they didn't punt on their own side of the field. They don't want to give the football to the Lions near midfield. So they'll bring out the punter to Imave, and back deep to receive for the Lions will be Zane Wooldridge. We got to delay a game. That'll back them up another 5 yards and make it 4th and 37. Maybe that was intentional because the punter has such a good leg. He'll be receiving the snap at his own 40. They were all the way down to the line 19. Defense force them back. High snap, but the punter able to get it off. Right to Wooldridge at the 8. He's at the 15. He's going to get ridden down around the 18-yard line. Pretty good speed there on that defender. That's number 12, Aiden Hooper. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Leander. They'll have the ball right at the 18-yard line, and they'll have 5 minutes and 7 seconds to navigate 82 yards and try to get a touchdown going into the half. Eat up some of this clock as well. Grab all the momentum. Right now the momentum's just out there. Nobody really has had it so far. Gordon, the running back, beside Mitchell. 3 receivers on the short side of the formation. Pass complete to Montgomery. He's at the 25. Cuts in at the 28. He's over the 30 to the 35. It'll be a 1st down for the sophomore. And we're seeing him. No, wait, I checked that back. That's number 16, Dominic Jaramillo on the reception. That 6 looked like a 0 to me. I didn't have my binoculars out.
No, we saw a lot of him last game. He's starting to,
he's coming on. Yeah. And he's just a junior, and it's going to be a free play. Because of the contact. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll make it 1st down and 5 for the Lions. Ball's going to be moved to the 38-yard line. So they've already traversed 20 yards in this possession. Looks like we're going to have twins on either side of the Leander offensive formation for this play. Gordon will be to the right of Logan Mitchell. Mitchell looking to throw into the flat, and it's poked away. Good defense there by the defensive back for the Bobcats. That's number 18, Aiden McCullum. It's going to bring up second down and short, 5 yards. The Lions need to get a first. Mitchell looking to the sideline to Ryan Bailey to get the call. Coach Bailey, the offensive coordinator. Gordon to the left of Logan Mitchell. 3 receivers on the short side of the formation. Fake to Gordon and then pass out into the flat. And that's Jaramillo again. He's at midfield or close to it. He's going to step out of bounds around the 47. It'll be a first down, though, for the Lions, and that'll stop the clock with 4:21 remaining in the half.
That was a real good run after the catch right there. He's real elusive. As soon as he gets that ball, he's out for another 10 yards. He's got a quick little step on him.
He showed good acceleration as well on that after making that reception. So it is a pistol formation, twin receivers, top and bottom. Gordon going to line up just to the left of his quarterback, Logan Mitchell. Pite's in the slot over here. They'll bring Jaramillo in motion, fake to him, looking to the shallow side, and Mitchell will just throw it out of bounds. He didn't see what he wanted to see, and so instead of making a mistake, decided to just throw it away and play another down. The Lions will huddle up here. The clock stopped at 3:48. Ball at the 47-yard line of Leander. Mitchell getting the call from Coach Bailey. Delivers to his huddle. 3 receivers top of the formation. Gordon on that side as well. There's a snap. They're going to hand to Gordon straight ahead. He's able to cut up over midfield, and they'll get a couple of helmets on him right around the 46-yard line of Chaparral, but it's going to be a third down and about 3 or 4 yards. Mitchell in pistol formation. Lions wasting no time getting up to the line of scrimmage, and we got a penalty flag come out. It's going to be a false start against the Lions. Mitchell looking again to Bailey to get the call from the offensive coordinator for the Lions. It's now third and about 8 yards. About 8 yards. Montgomery, the backup quarterback, wide left. Mitchell rolls that direction, looking down the sideline. Tucks it, decides to continue to run, and this way he's going to run past midfield to about the 49, but he's tackled by number 11, Amir Bolton Smith, but that looked a little bit out of bounds. Almost could have been a penalty, but instead it's going to be fourth down for the Lions, and they'll bring out the punting unit as they need to get about 7 yards. And this is not what I expected from this ball game, a defensive struggle. Back deep to receive this punt, the dangerous Kenneth Jones, number 1. We'll see if Rene Rodriguez can kick that football away from Jones, or if the Lions can at least get down there and get in his face as he makes the catch. We're going to have an offsides penalty. No, timeout Leander. With 2:45 remaining, the Lions decide to take a timeout on 4th and 7. We're still trying to get you some updates on scores here. It's always nice to have more people, so if you want to volunteer and we can give you a little bit of pregame prep, we can get you going. Getting a little bit of scores there from the PA. Timeout's almost over. The Lions will probably keep their punting unit. As they do. Johnson back deep to receive. This kick from Rodriguez. And it looks like a fake. No, and they finally get the – that was a little strange, but Lions able to get their foot into the football, and it'll be –
a little misdirection right there.
I guess. Chaparral football on their own 28-yard line.
Here's a score for you. Hendrickson Hawks 3, Anderson 7. With 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
Bobcats will come out in formation. Running back is now Navion Shaw, a junior, alongside the quarterback Bryson Coleman for the Bobcats. 2 receivers on either side of his formation. They're going to hand off. Nope, it's a fake and little play action intended for Johnson. The ball was there, but just incomplete.
I got a score for you. Lake Travis is 21-0 against Del Valle right now in the second quarter.
That's a pretty good Del Valle team. The Lions should have probably won that game, but nonetheless, it was a pretty good ball game. And that was a pretty good offensive Del Valle team, so Lake Travis always good every year. Second down and 10. Coleman drops back. A little bit of time, almost intercepted by Bridwell as he lays out. That pass really errant by the sophomore for the Bobcats, and it's third down and 10, and that stops the clock with 2:17. So if the Lions can get a stop here and get off the field, they'll have some time to try to get some points going into the half. The problem is the Bobcats went forward on fourth down earlier from right around this area and were able to get about a 45-yard completion. Running back remains Navion Shaw. Coleman sends one of his men in motion, trips over here on the near side, looking that way. They're going to have a penalty flag. It was almost completed to number 85, who's not on my roster. So we don't have his name, but it looks like that's probably going to be an illegal shift or a motion penalty against the offense. Sideline warning. So it is now fourth down, so that pass is incomplete. It stops the clock with 2:12.
Yeah, that was a good pass deflection by Tyler Mormon there. I mean, he just reached out there and just batted it away. Eyes were on the ball the whole way. That's pretty good.
So it looks like the Bobcats are going to leave their offense out there. Might be a mistake here. Looking to probably try to get the football to Kenneth Johnson once again. He's in the slot over on the near side of this formation. They send him out wide. Looking that direction. It's over his head and out of bounds. The Lions will take over the football at the 28-yard line. So really just about a minute off the clock. And the Lions really didn't lose any field position because the coaches there at Chaparral, Tyrell McCree, decided it was a good idea to go for it on fourth down.
A lot of trust in that previous play right there.
Well, you know, there's a book out where a coach did all of the statistical study, and he determined that you're better off to never punt, that you're successful more times than not in going for it. So I don't know.
What does that say about in your red zone?
He was like even saying it from your 1 yard line.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nuts. So
hey,
Gordon.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
I guess so. Gordon, they'll fake to him. Pass down the field looking for Wooldridge, and a defender almost able to get his hands on the football. That was
way to turn into a defender right there.
Yeah. Wooldridge had to become a defensive back, which he plays as well, so it's not that much of an issue for him.
But yeah, way to get a hand on it right there, because that could have very easily gone the other way from the 20.
I mean, ultimately, Wooldridge is just thinking to himself, if it comes to me, I'm going to catch it. Right. And if it comes to the other guy, I'm going to defend it. So that clock stopped on the incompletion at 1:55. Gordon, the running back. Mitchell, a little pump fake, and then up the sideline to Wooldridge. Caught. They're going to say he was out of bounds, but he did make the catch. It's going to be third down. He caught it right at the 1 yard line. But
I got bad eyes, but I think he got a foot in on that one.
Yeah.
I like to think so.
I'm going to say that I wanted it to be in, but I'll give the nod to the referee. That's pretty far, and I've already proven that I can't even see numbers.
His foot was out on the replay right there, so, I mean, that was a good call.
Well, I think the pass kind of took him out a little bit. It could have been a little more inside, but with a defender there, you really couldn't afford to throw it inside. You had to throw it back shoulder there. Gordon, the running back, 3 receivers here on the wide side of the formation. Mitchell walks up to the line of scrimmage. Clock at 1:47 remaining in the half. Looking to the into the flat, completed to Wooldridge. Makes one guy miss, 2 guys miss, and he's up around the 25 for a gain of about 3. It's going to be 4th and about 7. And do you give Rodriguez another chance here to get you a lead going into the half?
Let him kick it. He's been showing us all year. He's that guy.
But it looks like the Lions are going to keep their offense out there. Play clock at 30 seconds, so they have plenty of time. The game clock moving at 1:20.
Let me get a hard count right here or something.
So Gordon, the running back, next to Mitchell. That extra lineman in the formation. Pass complete in the flat to Wooldridge, and he'll pick up the first down going out of bounds. Great play design there by the line coaches. And good execution as well.
And when it's 3rd and long, 4th and long, who do you throw to? Mr. Magic Man.
You go to Wooldridge. So we got 2 receivers on either side of the formation for Mitchell. They're going to hand straight ahead to Gordon. He bounces outside to the 15, and he's going to get wrapped up there where it'll be 2nd and about 4. Clock moving at under a minute. We're at 43 seconds, in fact. Lions have no timeouts. Oh, they have 1 timeout left, according to the scoreboard. Fake to Gordon, pass in the flat, complete to number 28, but he's wrapped up immediately. That's Malachi Ramos. Lions will call a timeout. Loss of a couple on the play is going to make it 3rd down and about 7. And that is the Lions' final timeout here. So you can't even you got a few plays here, but you want to get a touchdown. So, if it's me, I'm throwing into the end zone. If it's complete, touchdown. If it's not, the clock stops. You run your kicking unit out here and get 3.
No, that's true. I'd like to see it work sideline. That out route was nice right there for 11 by Woolridge right there. So if we can work one of those again, give ourselves about 2 or 3 plays for the end zone.
Yeah, there's enough time to pick up the first down and, enough room to pick up the first down. But you're going to have to do it along the sideline with no timeouts. I'm sure the Lions have worked on 2-minute offense where you get back up on the line of scrimmage quickly. And I'm sure they're calling 2 plays in this huddle during this timeout for 3rd and 4th down.
Yeah. That'd be good.
I would
the other guys on their heels.
I would be calling 2 plays here. You've got your 3rd down play. If it doesn't work, then this is what we're doing on 4th down. And if that's even running the field goal unit out, which I don't think there's going to be enough time, but so Mitchell and Gordon in the backfield. A single receiver on the wide side of the formation. We'll see what the call is here from the Leander coaches. Mitchell rolls to that short side, looking down the sideline. Pass is complete to Malachi Ramos right around the 9.
There's a flag on the other side of the field right there.
That could be an offsides. The clock. No, it's a hold against the Lions, and that is the last thing you could afford. We'll see if that's accepted. And it looks like they will take that penalty, which should make it around 3rd and 12. Ball now at the 28-yard line. It'll give Mitchell a little bit more room to throw a pass here, but you got to keep it on the sideline because if it's a catch, you got to get out of bounds so you can try to bring the field goal unit out here if you don't pick up that first. 2 receivers top of the formation for Mitchell. Look in that direction. Heaves it down towards the goal line. It's intercepted in the end zone with 11 seconds remaining here in the half. The Bobcats will have the football as Because Mitchell really led that ball too much for his receiver. So it will be Bobcat football, and we'll see if they are satisfied with a 0-0 score in the first half, or if they're going to try to air it out here. Looks like we got a new quarterback coming in. That's Kylan Moses, number 0, pistol formation for the Bobcats. Moses takes the snap, and he'll hand to the running back. I believe that's number 25, and that's Kevion Mathis. Or it's not 25,
Number
it's 20.
20.
Navion Shaw, and that's going to be the half. So real quick, not what we expected, really, Frank. You know, I expected this to be more of a shootout than a defensive battle.
Or I expect a lot more rushing offense than that from Leander. Just balls didn't go our way. We fumbled the ball at the shoe-guard line over here. Overthrown passes. I mean, it happens. But you have to go back to the drawing board on this one and see if we come back on halftime, score some points.
All right, we'll turn it over to the halftime show. Since we got a crowd mic, you can hear the bands. Stay with us, and we'll bring you the second half here on SHN Sports. We'll be right back.
State of Texas, and it's a great day to be a Chaparral Bobcats. Please welcome to the field the award-winning Chaparral High School Marching Bobcat Band and Top Cats. The award-winning Top Cats are under the direction of Shelby Marina and Assistant Director Marshall Robertson. The 2024 Top Cat officers are Social Officer Alicia Josephs and Myra Riley Thompson, Lieutenant Catherine Walker, and Colonel Jory Swain. Top Cat of the Week, Destiny Brown. Tonight, they will be performing a routine to Jai Ho. Let's hear it one more time for the Chaparral High School Bobcats. And now, for your continuing halftime entertainment, the Marching Bobcat Band will perform a portion of their 2024 marching production, Beyond the Crescent City. Drum majors for the Marching Bobcat Band are Emma Ripin and Camilla Merchanaloo. The Marching Bobcat Band is under the direction of Bass Dietz, David Stewart, Katie Blaylock, and Kel Harris Roberts. and Head Principal D. Dr. Nino Etienne for their administrative support and the marching Bobcat Band and Top Cats. We would also like to thank our wonderful Chaparral Bobcat Band and Guard booster parents for their commitment to help during the marching band season, and a big thank you goes out towards the Chaparral Bobcat community for their continuing support for the marching Bobcat Band. We'd also like to thank our corporate sponsors for the season: Auto Euphoria, Cincy by James Diedrich, Texas Roadhouse, Bush's Chicken, Rudy's Barbecue, Smile Doctors Orthodontics, Casablanca Travel, B.A. Emmons Homes, Creekside Family Practice, Kids Therapies, Angie Davis Photography, Keating Family, Rogers Family, Guerra Hickok Family. And we'd like to extend our best wishes to the Leander High School Band Program as they continue to perform during their successful 2024 season. Thank you, Bobcats, and for being a wonderful audience tonight. And as always, go Cats!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the field for your halftime entertainment are your Leander High School Bluebells. The Bluebells are under the direction of Ashley Williams and Lupe Sommer. The Bluebells would like to congratulate the Teacher of the Week, Mrs. Molina. The Bluebells are led by Captain Jessica Egglesey, First Lieutenant Claire Smith, Second Lieutenants Ella Bowman and Mackenzie Cady, Head Company Leader Sienna Johnson, Company Leader Maddie Enriquez. Congratulations to the Bluebell of the Week, Kenzie Danzant. Every week, the Bluebells nominate a teammate who has shown exemplary acts of love and compassion to receive the Be Kind, Be a Bell Award. Congratulations to Avery Hamilton. Along with the amazing Leander Marching Band, here are your Bluebells. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it once again for the incredible Leander High School Bluebells. The Bluebells would like to give a heartfelt thank you to their amazing parents, the Leander High School administration, and the unconditional support of the incredible Leander High School Marching Band led by Ryan Cerna, and the Leander High School football program led by Coach Chris Price. Enjoy the rest of the game, and let's keep the excitement alive. Roll Pride! And now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the field the Leander High School Marching Band. The Leander Band has been recognized for outstanding achievements throughout the entire country. The band is a consistent finalist at the Bands of America contests in Austin and San Antonio, the UIL 5A State Marching Contest, and the Bands of America Grand Nationals Championships. This November, the Leander Band will be traveling to Indianapolis, Indiana to compete in the Bands of America Grand Nationals competition. Congratulations to the members of the week, Woodwinds, Shane Hollick. Brass, Isaiah Castillo. Xbox, Rashi Kirnar. Percussion, Celia Weir and Logan Anderson. Guard, Aiden Moskal, Zariah Tillman. The section of the week, clarinets. Tonight, the Leander High School Band will perform movements 2, 3, 4, and 5 from their 2024 field production, Shades, featuring the music of Peter Gabriel, Kataj, Copley, and Jacob Collier, under the direction of drum majors Natalie Cox, Jason Rodriguez, Kayla King, Mariah Reeves, and Kyra Vance, the Leander High School Marching Band.
Might help if I turn the mute button off. Welcome back to Cyril's Field here in Killeen, Texas, where we're scoreless at half. This, we mentioned it during the broadcast of the first half. I really did not expect a 0-0 halftime score. The positive side of that is you're not down big. The negative side of that is you really felt like you'd be up a couple of scores at this point against a team that's at the bottom of district right now, but we've talked about it all season. This is a tough district, top to bottom. There's a lot of parity here, and I think that ultimately the Lions will come out on top tonight. But what do you think the keys are here in the second half for Leander?
I think the keys, I think we just need to run the ball. I think we need to establish that rush game. And we haven't seen number 3 out there with that ball quite yet as much as the previous games. But it'd be nice to see the rush game get out there, establish the rush game, control the clock, and just slap 7 on the board real quick. Defense is doing real good. If they can just hold their water, stay on sides, I think we can keep them scoreless.
Yeah, I think one of the problems here is somebody needs to wrangle some of the momentum here. Neither team has really established much of anything. There's been a couple of big plays on either side of or for each team rather, but ultimately nothing has really happened to where one of the two teams grabs control. The Lions have had a few drives. They drove right down the field on that opening drive and had an opportunity to score early, which is kind of the way I expected it to play out. They score, and then as the game wore on, kind of push out against this Chaparral team. But it just goes to show you can't look past any team in this 8-5A Division II district. So we'll get you the action here for the second half. Stay with us here on SHN Sports, your home for Lion football. We'll be right back.
Last time we saw was Harker Heights.
Yeah. Coming out to kick after the Lions had they accepted the opener. They won the toss and took the ball, and as we mentioned, drove down to about the 1-yard line. They had a fumble recovered by the Bobcats. That's really been the closest thing to a score. The Lions did have a field goal attempt that went wide left. So a couple of opportunities. They left points on the field. They got to do something about that. But first they got to get out here and get a stop defensively. Rodriguez gets his toe into it. It's going to be fielded around the 10-yard line by number 1, Johnson. And he's cutting across the field. He's in open field. He's got too much speed to allow that. Number 24 there making a sure tackle for the Lions around the 43-yard line. And that, of course, is Nicholas Winton. Got to find my glasses now that we're back on the air. And so the Bobcats with pretty good field position at the 40-yard line of on their side of the gridiron. And they'll come out in formation. And they have a heavy set in the backfield. Again, big 75 out there at the running back, Torrey Henry. Look for them to run opposite of wherever he goes. Look at him come to this side of the formation. They're going to hand straight ahead to Tyler, and he's going to be tripped up almost immediately right around the 42-yard line by number 5, Calvin Kessler. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Price had just got back there and just missed that. He could have got it out for about a good 3 or 4 yard loss right there. But he's that boy is humming. He's hungry at that.
So the new quarterback, Kylan Jones, in the game. Tyler, the running back, and they move him a little bit to the left in the formation. And they'll bring him back to the opposite side here. So they'll have an empty set for Moses. 3 receivers here on the near side of the formation. And we're going to have a motion penalty against the Bobcats. That'll push them back 5 yards. It'll make it 2nd down and 13. We'll take that. What any self-inflicted wounds by the Bobcats are welcome. So it looks like Corsi out at nose for Leander. They also have number 55, Caleb Lemire, and Pites in the 3-man front as the Lions look to add more linebackers and defensive backs in the defense here. See if they can get pressure with 3. That pass complete in the flat to number 2, Amoni Tolliver. And it looks like there may have been a turnover. Lions celebrating, but it doesn't look like any signal from the referees. No gain on that play. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
That was another good tackle right there by Kessler. The kids all over the field.
Yeah, the defense needs to continue to perform at the level they're playing. You know, they're giving up a couple of big plays so far tonight, but if the offense can get things on track, then I like the odds that we have here. But you got to do it quickly. You got to get off the field here on 3rd and 12. Moses with Tyler in the backfield. There's an audible. He gives his offensive line the instruction, takes the snap, drops straight back, looking to throw. He's got pressure. There's some holding. No call. It's going to be intercepted by the Lions. That's number 25, Liam Walters, and he'll carry it into Bobcat territory to about the 28-yard line, and a little bit of celebration there on the Bobcat sideline. Not well received by the Chaparral team, but the Lions get the football back on the turnover, and we have an injury.
That was a good job by Pice to get rush on that quarterback right there and force the hand. He's been getting back there all game.
Well, and that's the kind of momentum shift that the Lions really need. Now they got to capitalize. If they can get some points here, then you kind of take the wind out of the sails that may have been there for the Chaparral Bobcats. And, you know, if we're talking real live animals, I'm taking the Lion over the Bobcat every time.
Yeah, let's see if we can deflate some of that hope they have on that sideline.
Well, and that's just it. The longer you let them hang around, the more confident they will become. Gordon just to the left of Mitchell has 3 receivers on the wide side of the formation. Or check that. That's number 28 in the backfield, Malachi Ramos. He gets the handoff and loses about a yard, maybe 2. It's going to be 2nd down and about 12.
That was number 20, Jay Coates. Those numbers, they get kind of sticky when they start forming to the jersey or to the pads, if you will.
So he's listed as a defensive back, but yeah, he's in there at the running back. Gordon coming in for him now from the sideline. And I think we may have solved our scoreboard problem. We'll get you some updates here during a timeout. Mitchell with a keeper after the long fake to Gordon, and he'll gain about 7-8 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and about 4 for the Lions.
It's always good to see number 3 open up like that because it opens up a bunch of other options in the game.
It sure does, and he's so good at that fake. He's fooled me numerous times this year where I make the call that Gordon with the football, and then I look over and it's Mitchell running on the other side. 3rd and short. Mitchell looking to throw deep down to Wooldridge. Touchdown Lions. Oh, he dropped it. Unbelievable. And that's the kind of mistake you can ill afford. We got an injured player down for the Lions. It'll be 4th down, and I would expect Rodriguez to come out here and attempt a field goal. But we'll see here momentarily. Shout out the sponsors during the break in time here, so we get them in each half. The gold sponsors are Bear Electric, LLC, Mercy Veterinary Hospital, Bill Miller's Barbecue, RDZ Roofing, Raising Cane's, Golden Chick, Toyota of Cedar Park, Texas State Optical of Cedar Park, Whitestone Fine Jewelry, Sisk Rob Incorporated, JT Reisdorf at State Farm, A-Plus Septic Cleaning and Repairs, Grissom Insurance Group, and Black Rock Coffee. The Roll Pride sponsors are MLD Services, Modern Shade, and Milo Aquatics. And the training crew out on the injured player, I didn't get a number on there, but you always want to be cautious when it comes to these young athletes. I can attest that injuries that you sustain during your tenure in football can stay with you for your entire life.
Yeah, I still got a plate 8 screws in my left leg.
Yeah, it happens. I've got a fused disc. It wasn't directly because of football, but I did hurt it during high school, and then decided that I was a great softball player many years later, and I wasn't.
And now it helps you, let you know when it's about to rain.
Yeah, exactly. I can tell if there's a cold front coming,
Right.
but that's usually my knee and not my back. So Coach Price out on the field checking out his offensive lineman who's going to get up under his own power, and that's number 50, Ryan Casimir. It is 4th down for the Lions. Decision time. Do you bring Rodriguez out and try to break up the scoreless streak, or do you go back to Wooldridge and see if you can shorten that memory after that drop touchdown pass? The Lions, already
they're going to go for. Yeah.
I don't blame them here. They've already left points on the field. The defense is playing great. You only need to get looks like I'm a little off on the distance. It looks like they need to get to the 19. The ball is at the 24, so it's technically 4th and 5. And they will have the offense out on the field as Mitchell and Gordon line up in the backfield. 2 receivers on the short side of the formation, a single receiver here on the wide side. Mitchell rolls to his right, throws in the flat. It's dropped by Wooldridge. It was a pretty good pass. Tight window there was good coverage, and the ball will go over on downs to the Chaparral Bobcats, and we're still scoreless.
Coach Price has a lot of confidence in the defense.
Well, and he should. They're playing very well tonight, but it's the problem when you're 0-0, all it takes is one big play, and it doesn't even have to be the opponent's offense. It could be a special teams play or a defensive play. So you got to try to get a little bit of cushion if you can. Kylan Moses in at quarterback, and I guess the sophomore must have gotten hurt, and we didn't realize that he hasn't been back out since the second quarter. Moses is the keeper, straight ahead off left tackle. He's going to pick up about 5 yards.
There's Kessler again with the tackle, running from the backside.
Those linebackers are racking up the tackles, and they'll look good in the stat book, and it'll look good on your recruiting score sheet, but ultimately all you care about as a player is getting them W's.
Right.
So the Lions are going to bring out a 4th defensive lineman here on 2nd down and about 5 yards to go. And then they drop Milne back out and shift back to a 3-man front. Empty set with Kylan Moses as the quarterback for the Bobcats. 3 receivers near side of the formation. Looking to the left, though, on the sideline. Coming back to make the catch. And the defender falls down, and he'll carry it into Lion territory to about the 45. And a big play for the Bobcats. That sometimes happen. The defender out there, number 21, or no, it wasn't 21. It was
16.
Yeah, I don't see it now. But 1st and 10 as the Bobcats waste no time back on the line of scrimmage. They have 5 receivers in an empty set here for Moses. He'll take the snap, looks to the right. He's got pressure.
There you go.
He was able to break a few tackles, and he's going to make positive yards out of it, but he doesn't get more than about 2. Is coming up to make the stop from the secondary for the Lions is Tyler Moorman. They're going to say a gain of 1. Boy, that could have been about an 8-yard sack, though, but instead Moses able to turn nothing into something for the Bobcats. 3 receivers here on the near side, and it looks like they're going to stay in an empty set for Moses, and maybe they're just kind of wildcatting it. If he doesn't have a throw, just take off running. And he's going to carry it straight ahead. This time Pite's there to wrap him up along with number 55 for Leander. That is Caleb Lemire. It's going to be 3rd and about 8 as he gained about a yard on that play. And it looks like they are just running a straight wildcat. Maybe that's why Coach Price is pretty confident in the defense. You know, they've spread it out. They've got 5 receivers in pretty much every play this drive in an empty set. And then Moses takes off if there's no one to throw to. The 3rd and long. There's the snap. Moses looking to his right. Throws up the right sideline as a receiver. Colored by Filan. A flag comes out. That receiver was Tristan Pizzell. That will be a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage if it's interference, and that is the call. But, you know, I don't really like the interference call for a lot of reasons, but that is the main one. Malachi Filan has a right to be on the field, and he wasn't interfering. The receiver, you know, if the throw is inside and short.
Yeah, the ball was underthrown, so I mean.
Yeah, it causes the receiver to come back. It's not the NFL. You don't get a spot foul, but it looks like they are giving them the football way downfield. Okay, they readjust. Okay, somebody said something because it's only a 15-yard penalty. The ball was on the 34, so that should put it about the 19.
They're trying to go off NFL.
But it is an automatic first down. Well, you know, everybody watched Sunday football, and so you kind of get used to those rules as a fan. Yeah. But still an empty set for Moses. He'll take the snap, looking to his right. Decides to step up in the pocket. He's in the open. He's running to the right. He may score, and he will. Somebody tried to punch the football out, but the Bobcats get the first points here in tonight's ball game in the 3rd quarter. It is now 6-0, the point after attempt coming up. 6:12 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And, you know, the Lions, we'll get to see what they're made of here, right? You know, they've had a lot of opportunities. You know, if you ask me, we've left 17 points on the field. So it should be winning 17-6, but ultimately it's 6-0. And maybe 7 here after the point after.
Test for the Lions right here.
It is a big test, and you get to see what they're made of.
The real man comes out of all of us.
So Vasquez out to kick. High snap. He's able to get it down. The kick is up and good. And the Bobcats have a 7-0 lead here, mid-3rd quarter.
Not the best looking kick, but it was in.
Yeah, you just got to get it through between those uprights and over that crossbar. So we'll try to get you some score updates from Central Texas here. It's a 14-14 game between Lake Belton and Glenn, isn't it? A district game. Thorndale is beating Mason by a score of 7-6. Kerrville Tivy is beating VMHS 21-14. Stony Point on top of Manor 14-6. College Station really working over Cedar Creek by a score of 42-0. Hutto trailing the Round Rock Dragons by a score of 8-7. And Llano over Luling. So out to kick will be number 82, Christian Vasquez. Back deep to receive for the Lions will be Zane Wooldridge and number 10, Isaac Montgomery, I believe. And they'll pitch it to Wooldridge on the reverse. He's got open field, the 30, 40. Nobody's going to catch him, and there is no flags on the field. The Lions with a quick answer on special teams.
The Magic Man.
And that was a great heads-up play, because what do you do if you're the kickoff team and Zane Wooldridge is back there? There's 2 returns. You kick it to the other guy. So what did the Lions do? We'll just pitch it to him on a little reverse.
And right when he got around that 30-yard line, he put it in 5th gear, and he was gone.
And so just like that, I mean, not even just,
10 seconds?
7, 8 seconds off the clock, and it is 7-6, and Rodriguez looking to knot it back up with a point after attempt. Hayden Stericker, the holder. There's a snap, hold, kick is up. It is good, and we are tied once again, this time at 7.
It's about time to start calling him Magic Eraser, because on 3rd longs, 4th and longs,
he erases.
down by a point, he's Mr. Magic Eraser. He
looks
erases
like
all that bad stuff.
We got a little bit of an injury going on. Somebody might have got kicked in the shin there. You know, those. Oh, well, that might be the reason that the player's injured, because that is a personal foul being assessed against the Bobcats. That is a line player that is down.
Hey, way to steal momentum right there and let them linger on to it too long.
Well, and that's exactly right. What did we talk about coming into the half was, you know, one of these teams needs to really grab the momentum in this game. And
hold on to it.
And it looked like for a second, it looked like it might be the Bobcats that are trying to grab that momentum. But Lions special teams under coordinator Adam McLean able to call.
That's the wrestling coach right there.
He is the wrestling coach, yes.
He's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Yes, you know he knows a lot of stuff. And he's gotten to be very creative as the special teams coordinator. I believe he's still the special teams coordinator. It doesn't show that on my roster, but he hasn't done anything that would have gotten him demoted from that I know of.
But, I mean, what an answer. I mean, I know I said it already, but what an answer right there. Way to gain the momentum back, and let's see what the defense can do.
And big junior Easton Brockman limping off the field under a little bit of assistance. Looks like he's able to put pressure on it, and hopefully he just got kicked in the shin or something. Even if it's an ankle, sometimes you can tape those up pretty tight and get it back out there in short order.
So we know they're running Wildcats, so it'll be interesting to see how Coach Price lines up the defense coming into this to this next go-round.
Yeah, because they've been shifting it. You know, they've been 3-man front, sometimes a 4-man front. It'll be really interesting to see how they go about doing that here after scoring and really snagging the momentum in the ball game. Right back from the Bobcats. And we'll see here. You know, don't be surprised if Coach McLean pulls out a
right, keep the momentum right.
Yeah, a little onside of some kind, of pooch of some kind, because the Lions will be kicking it from their 45-yard line of the Bobcats after the penalty was assessed. Well, you know, I mean, the only problem with that is sometimes they'll kick it to open space, and the field being shrunk down after that penalty, there's not as much open space, but there's some areas, and the Lions have enough speed on their kick coverage team that they could, you know, easily make a recovery. We'll see if they pull a rabbit out of the hat here, if they're just going to go ahead and kick it out of the back of the end zone and lean on that defense. Rodriguez surveying his team, progresses towards the ball, and it is an onside, and it's covered by the Lions. Just like that, Leander gets it, just like we said, man. I said, don't count Coach McLean out. He may call that, and, of course, that's got to clear Coach Price every time, I'm sure. But
but I mean,
it's
not a bad idea.
Not at all. And so the Lions will have the football and the momentum at this point, and if they can turn this into points, they really will.
In less than a minute, a lot has happened already.
Right. Well, and we said that in the first half. Can't believe it's 0-0, but, you know, these teams could put up 30 or 40 each in the second half. Yeah. So, and we're seeing a lot of momentum shifting towards the Leander Lions here. And we'll see if Logan Mitchell can keep it going. It looks like he's going to have his other quarterback, Mason Montgomery, in the backfield with him.
Give you that double vision look right there.
Yeah, you don't know who's going to get it. And they hand it to Montgomery. He cuts up and up over the 35 to, he'll gain about a yard.
That was great balance right there. Looked like he was going down.
Yeah, he could have lost yardage on that play. There was too good a penetration there from the defensive front of the Bobcats, and so the Lions, maybe that losing Brockman off the offensive line is created a little bit of a soft spot. Hopefully they'll shore that up here quickly. Gordon, the running back, 2 receivers on either side of the formation. They'll hand to Gordon straight ahead, and he's up over the 30. They're going to say he got to the 30. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. I think you need to be looking at Zane Wooldridge or maybe Isaac Montgomery on one of those slant patterns, potentially Pites from the slot. And Montgomery in the slot over here on the near side of the formation. Fake to Gordon. Mitchell breaks a tackle, shakes another.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
Shifts to the right, 25, 20, 15. First down Lions inside the 15 to about the 11.
Like we said, that kid is elusive right there. If you don't get him, you better hold on if you touch him.
Well, he broke one tackle, faked out another guy, and when he darted to his right, it was just open. He was able to pick up about 15 yards on that carry. Gordon will remain the running back, 2 receivers on either side of Mitchell's formation. There's the snap they're going to hand to Gordon. Nope. Keeper Mitchell, again with the fake. He's able to throw it to Wooldridge, incomplete, and he'll probably be talked to about that.
Little backyard football right there.
Yeah, maybe throw it out of bounds. But he did get it towards a receiver. There is a flag down.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, that happens when the timing goes off of a play, and that was a run play, and your offensive linemen are going to run block, right? So they'll end up getting downfield, and so they'll have an illegal man downfield penalty assessed against the Lions, and that'll make it 1st and 15, I think. You don't lose it down. Was it already 2nd down? I think it was. It's 2nd and 15. And the Lions in the huddle here. You don't want to waste an opportunity to get points after that onside kick, after the big kick return. The special teams really carrying the Lions so far here in the second half. We're going to have a whistle as they're going to discuss, or it's a timeout. No, it was just referees talking, and that you got the whole Chaparral offense, almost their whole team coming out on the field thinking it was a timeout. Chaparral coach trying to get an explanation here. It is first down. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was first down, but I don't trust my own memory
It's like
sometimes.
I know, but then you ask, and it's like, hold on.
I know. I'm often wrong.
Dusty Rolodex over here in my head.
At least according to my wife. And it is Montgomery with the football on the jet sweep, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's Isaac Montgomery, the sophomore receiver, showing a pretty good ability to make guys miss as well. Down to the 11-yard line. The Lions can technically get a first down at the 1, but you just want to go ahead and take it into the end zone. You get down into that area. Gordon, the running back next to Mitchell. 3 receivers on the wide side of the formation. Mitchell looks that way, flips it out, complete to Montgomery. He's at the 9, 5. He's in for the score. Do they say he stepped out? They say he stepped out at the 5. Wow, I had him a little bit deeper than that. Of course, those guys are a lot closer than me. So
I mean, for a sophomore, he's really shifty.
He is. He's got good speed.
He's making plays out there.
He's a prolific dunker on the basketball court too. So
oh man, he's gonna be fun to watch.
Yes, he is. He is fun to watch.
Season, yeah.
He'll be the guy that you throw up to the corner over the next couple of years.
He'll be the magic man.
Yeah. Well, when you get somebody to climb up a ladder, he's the one. Mitchell hands to Gordon. Gordon driving his feet inside. He's going real close. He's at least got the first down. They're not going to give him the touchdown, but I think he's got the first down inside the 1-yard line. I'm going to go on ahead and put it on the scoreboard because I believe it to be the case, and it is. 1st and goal, Lions.
See a little push tush right here.
That was a good job by the offensive line to continue to push that pile. And, of course, we've said it all year long, Gordon never stops churning those legs. He wanted that touchdown, too, given the earlier fumble.
And I thought he had it, too.
Couple of backs is Mitchell under center here in a pro set.
Push tush, there you go.
And Mitchell will take the touchdown. He'll add to his rushing touchdown total on the year. And the Lions will take their first lead of the evening with 2:55 remaining in the third. They'll bring out the kicking team for the point after attempt, and Rene Rodriguez.
Like we've been saying all year, he's good for at least 3. I mean, come on now, a big kid like that.
He can lean. Yeah, he's taller than I am, so he's a good-sized young man. Stericker to hold. Snap hold, and the kick is up. And it is good.
There you go.
There's the signal. And the Lions extend the lead to 7 after their great couple of plays by the special teams. The offense able to cash in for Leander.
And that's what you got to love about Leander football is like all facets of the game we're supposed to win. We're supposed to win. When one's down, defense and offense ain't doing so hot, here comes special teams.
Well, and ultimately they've got to complement one another, right? If they don't complement one another, then you can end up costing yourself. I mean, your defense gets tired if you don't get out there and at least get a couple of first downs. If you don't score points, you're in big trouble. So we're seeing great work here in all facets of the game. But ultimately, again, and I'll say it again, the Lions in the first half left 17 points on the 10 points on the board in the first half and a touchdown here in the third quarter. And so it could be much worse from the Chaparral Bobcat perspective. But the Lions, they definitely want to continue to work. You know, you want to stay on pace with Cedar Park in the 8-5A standings, but you also you want to get better. Because you don't want to just make postseason. You want to make a run in that postseason.
That's it.
And this team has the talent to do so if they execute.
We think another onside kick right here?
No, I'd go in and kick it deep, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled one out. Rene Rodriguez to kick. And it's going to be fielded around the 4-yard line. That's number 15 on the return. He's going to get tackled. It looked like the turf monster might have got him, or some feet got tangled up, or something.
I'm glad it did because he was hovering right there.
He kind of had a little bit of a seam. That was Davian Arthur. We've seen him show his speed during this game, and so that's not somebody you want in the open.
I think he was tripped up by number 29, Luis Williams.
So Moses remains the quarterback for the Bobcats. He has 5 receivers in an empty set. Lions with 3 down linemen. They're bringing some linebackers, or at least showing that they're going to bring some linebackers. One of them, Milne, backs off. Kessler doesn't. Showing Moses, make him worry that he's going to have to hit that first receiver. Good pressure. Moses has to scramble out. He's looking downfield, being chased by number 44 for the Lions. And he's able to force him out of bounds. That's Virgil Garcia. Minimal gain, if any. They're going to give him a gain of 1. Second down and 9.
And that was Bridwell also as well to help escort him to the sideline.
Lions will stay with a 3-man front here. Moses remains the quarterback. With no running back, he has 5 receivers in the formation. They're really wildcatting it here. If he's got nowhere to throw, he just runs. Pass complete in the flat to number 15. That's Arthur, and he's going to be tackled by number 25, Liam Walters. Just shy of the line needed for the first down. It's going to be third and about a yard, maybe 2.
And that was a great tackle by Walters right there. Way to get off that block right there.
Yeah, it's not easy with a guy that fast. You got to get off that block and get on a quick guy. It's not easy. Moses again, they haven't changed the formation in probably 2 series here, have the Bobcats. He's empty. He'll take the snap and run straight ahead, and he'll be stacked up for a
ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground, covered by Kessler. That was big 99 making the tackle, Timon Lawson. And then the ball on the ground recovered by number 5, Calvin Kessler. And the Lions will have the football back, 1st and 10 in Bobcat territory.
Once Timon put the meat hooks in him, he wasn't going nowhere. He caught that ball on a.
He had all the momentum when he was running, but when he ran into Lawson, his momentum stopped it like.
That's it.
In its tracks.
Laws of physics came into effect right there.
Yeah, I think the momentum of the football is what resulted in being a fumble because the momentum of the player was stopped, but that football kept going. So Gordon, the running back besides Mitchell, and then we have 3 receivers at the top of the formation. They're going to hand to Gordon. He's going to have the outside 25. Pick up about 8 yards before he's forced out of bounds at the 22.
He does real good at baiting those guys with that inside step right there. It makes the bunches up the defensive players, get them kind of pinballing off each other and cuts it back out to the outside.
He's got a good burst, too, which is beneficial in that situation. You know, in a different offense, he might be a pretty good cutback runner with that speed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
3 receivers here on the near side of the formation for the Lions. Mitchell and Gordon in the backfield. There's a handoff to Gordon off a right guard. He'll pick up 2 yards, almost to the 20. They're going to mark him there at the 21. So it should be third and about 2 yards, yard and a half, 2 yards. We'll call it 2 on the scoreboard.
And we say he's good for 3, so let's see if we see it here.
And he is going to keep it. Shifty, and he gets the first down at around the 17, just like Frank. That's easy money in Vegas, isn't it?
That's it right there. Wish we had a live line right now. Pretty good.
Where you could bet on each play. We know what's coming.
Yeah.
Gordon right to the left of Mitchell. Lions wasting no time in their offensive formation. Long look, though, to the sideline to Coach Ryan Bailey for the play call. Play clock at 17 seconds. They bring Montgomery a little tighter in that slot. The other slot receiver, Zane Wooldridge. Fake to Gordon. The pass to Wooldridge is there. He breaks the tackle. He's going to get it down to about the 1 yard line before he's stopped. It'll be 1st and goal Lions.
First and goal, 1 yard line. Same play as last time.
Yeah, I don't see any other reason not to get under center and push it in. The Lions have gotten a good push from that offensive line, and that's, you know, if you're really looking at areas where the program has improved the most, in my opinion, is on the fronts, on both the offensive and defensive lines. There's still a need for more bodies. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, so we'll head to the 4th. There's still a need for more bodies to play that position, but the guys that are there, they've got good size. They've been coached well, and they're playing very, very well this season, and it really makes a difference. The Lions have had skilled guys all along, but you know, sometimes when you're thin in those numbers in the offensive and defensive fronts. Yeah. It makes it difficult because then you got to play those guys both ways, and you can't shift from a 3-man front to a 4-man front to a 5-man front like we saw the Lions do against the Glen Grizzlies. And they've got the numbers now. Now, granted, you still want more growth in the program in terms of players, and success on the field will equate to that. You know, kids will want to move and play for Coach Price. They'll want to play for the Lions. You talked about that a little bit when we interviewed Coach L.D. Williams a couple weeks back. It's, you know, as a child, you come to the games and you see the successful football on the field, you want to be a Lion.
That's it. That's all you dream of. You want to be playing for the Cowboys, playing for the championship team. Exactly, yeah. And playing for the Leander Lions was one of them.
Yes. And so 1st and goal here for Leander after the completion to Zane Wooldridge to finish the 3rd quarter. And here they come out under center in that tush-push formation that we've seen the Philadelphia Eagles
say, stop us.
Make famous.
Stop us.
It's essentially just a quarterback sneak, though, and it is some movement, and they're going to call it against the Lions, and that'll probably take that play out of contention here as the Lions will probably come up with a different play call. We'll see. I don't think you're going to run a quarterback sneak with 6 yards to negotiate.
Let's go ahead and hand off to Gord. Let him go ahead and get us some yards. See if we can set up the
get
push
a little
tush.
bit closer.
Set back up for the push tush.
And they will keep 2 backs in the formation, and Mitchell will remain under center. He has 2 receivers. They're going to pitch it to Wooldridge on the end around, and he'll be able to carry it to about the 3. He had a guy on his back for a couple of yards.
He wasn't going down, exactly. That boy's running hard behind those pads for sure. I mean, he's not the biggest guy on the field, but he runs hard.
Yeah, and he's got such good speed. It's hard to slow down that kind of momentum. So he'll get it to the 4-yard line where it's 2nd and goal. Same formation for the Lions as they work on this under center formation. You don't see them under center very much. It's Mitchell off a right guard on the sneak down to the 1. So they have 1 or 2 plays to try to negotiate a yard here. I don't know. I think I kicked the field goal if you don't convert here on 3rd. That'd be my choice, just to extend the lead to be more than a touchdown.
You got 2 opportunities at the push tush. Let's go.
Well, we talked about it a lot. Mitchell can get 3 yards on most of his carries. He got almost that on that last one. Ball at the 2. And he'll go straight ahead, and there is a whistle and a penalty flag. And it is a false start against the Lions, and that'll –
shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah. You got to avoid those penalties. And, I get it as an offensive lineman. You want to get out under the pads before the defensive lineman can get lower than you because, as you've been coached since, Pee-wee, low man wins in the trenches. That's not always the case, but most of the time, 99% of the time,
leverage.
It is the case. And so 3rd down now and goal from the 7. The Lions will probably they're back in a pistol-style formation. Fake to Gordon. Mitchell looking over the middle. Pass a little bit low. The intended target was, I can't see who that was, Jaramillo maybe. But that'll bring out the kicking unit for the Lions, and Rodriguez will try to extend the Lion lead to a 2-possession lead or 10 points here with this. They're going to set the ball on the near hash. The hold will be at the 14. That'll make it a 24-yard attempt from Rene Rodriguez. Sterker to hold. It's good. And the Lions do extend the lead to 17-7 here with 10:20 remaining in tonight's ball game. So the Lions will bring out the kickoff unit, and I bet they kick it deep this time. But
yeah, 17 unanswered points.
They really needed it. Yeah, and we got 24 points scored real quick in this game. Considering the entire first half went scoreless, but again, is mostly because the Lions didn't execute when they needed to execute. Football is what it is. You're not always going to be perfect on every play, and you're not always going to make big plays, and you're going to drop passes. You're going to drop interceptions. You're going to miss blocks and tackles. But in the totality of the game, you got to come out with more positives than negatives in all the ledgers. And right now the Lions are ahead on their ledger, and the Bobcats are seeing it slip away here from them, where they thought they were going to be in an opportunity to try to get a win here, their first of district play. But the Lions defense needs to come out and make sure they don't put any more points on the board.
Yeah,
you don't want it to get too close.
No, not too close. We're not.
It's already too close for my
yeah,
liking.
No, I hear you on that. We expected a lot more points than this, but it's okay. We things happen. Shake it off, dust it off, short-term memory, get back at it.
We got 3 returners back for the Bobcats, so they expect a deep, and it is kind of a pooch kick, fielded and carried straight ahead. Their penalty flag comes down. That was number 88, fielding and returning that kick, Nicholas Johnson. Kind of an odd area for a penalty flag to come in because even the Lions coverage unit hadn't really gotten down there when the flag came out. So if it an illegal substitution or something, I don't know. Let's hear what the call is. Block in the back, is that what he said?
It's a delay of game.
Oh, delay of game. Interesting. You don't really see that from the receiving team very often in that situation.
Maybe the ref didn't like the way he looked at him or something. I don't know.
Sometimes that goes against you. I've had referees that just don't like me, and they call the games that way.
Right.
It's never fun. And so it looks like Moses will finally have a running back there with him. I didn't really get the number. I think it's Shaw.
Number 20.
Yeah, Navion Shaw. They're going to hand to Shaw straight ahead. And he's going to meet Kessler and a whole pride of Lions after picking up about 3 yards. So it should be 2nd down and 7 for the Bobcats. Clock moving at 10 minutes remaining in the ball game.
I mean, just that defensive surge is great. You get 2 or 3 yards back that way. The Leander Lions just need to finish this quarter out just strong. Keep the surge coming. Stop the yards.
Shaw behind Moses in
There
the
you
pistol.
go.
Big number
Keep that surge
44
coming.
making the stop in the backfield. Virgil Garcia said, "No, sir."
Knock, knock. Who's there?
He almost took the handoff on that play, and he'll erase the 3-yard gain that was made by Bell on 1st down, and instead it's going to be 3rd and 10. Or Shaw. It's Navion Shaw. I was thinking Le'Veon Bell for some reason.
Right.
Another NFL moment. So Shaw will remain the running back with Moses, the quarterback. 3 receivers here on the wide side of the formation for the Bobcats. 1 in motion. Look in that direction. Moses throws complete to number 6, Nicholas McLean. Close to 1st down yards. They're going to say he got it. Picked up exactly 10 yards, and it's a 1st down for the Bobcats. The clock stops for a moment and is moving again at under 8 minutes and 50 seconds.
We just got caught in the zone right there. They just found a little pocket right there and just sat down in it, and he delivered for the 1st down.
That was a good pass there by Kylan Moses. Shaw, the running back, still. They're going to hand to Shaw, and he's going to get tackled by number 42 in the backfield, Chase Milne. Loss of 1 on the play is going to make it 2nd and 11.
If we can keep these surges going, that there is no yards. Like Coach Broussard would say, if they don't score, we win.
That is exactly right. The worst you can do if you keep your opponent scoreless is a tie. And in most situations, you're going to get some points. So Shaw will remain the running back. Moses the quarterback. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Check that. Johnson joins Moses and Shaw in the backfield for the Bobcats. And we're going to have a whistle and a timeout as I think the Bobcats realize that all of the offensive players weren't exactly on the same page. Let's see if we can get some score updates here. Hoping that the app updated.
Here at the Bobcat Grilling Concession Stand. You return to your seat and enjoy the game. Thank you.
Let's see what we got. Mason on top of Thorndale, 12-7. Now Round Rock out ahead of Hutto, 22-7 in the 3rd quarter. Stony Point hanging on in the 3rd quarter against Manor, 14-12 as Manor rallies. College Station 63-0 over Cedar Creek.
Oh, man.
Glenn on top of Lake Belton, 35-28 in the 4th quarter. Go Glenn. We need them to win. Canyon Lake 42, Somerset 20. And Llano looks like they're going to beat Luling pretty handily. Cedar Ridge losing to Vandergrift big, 47-0. Liberty Hill up on Elgin 37-26 at the half. That's a shootout. 2nd and 11 for Moses. Brings Johnson in motion. He sets up in the slot. Moses rolls, flips back to Johnson. Kessler hustles over there to make a play. What a great play by the linebacker.
He sniffed it out, and he was on him.
Johnson was wide open. He's only able to get like maybe 3 or 4 yards on that play. And he may have come up a little bit lame after that tackle from Calvin Kessler.
That was a great read by him. He went right by those linemen. They had no chance to block him on that one.
He was on he ran on a bead right to the running back or the receiver.
And Pites almost got a hand on the ball. Pites almost got his hand on the ball right there, batted down. It's a good pressure back there. But
Purrier just told me that Kessler wrestles, so that's why he knows his leverage and stuff. It's very, very beneficial to football players, especially guys in the trenches. If you're a big guy and you're playing football and you're like, oh, wrestling, really, look into wrestling because you get a full body workout. You're be in the best shape of your life.
And you got better body control than the next
and
guy.
Balance. And really, you really begin to understand physics from wrestling. 3 receivers here on the near side of the formation. For Moses, has Shaw in at running back. Fake straight ahead. And there's too much pressure, but Moses able to kind of squirt his way out and get up to midfield. Not much of a gain, about 3 yards. It's going to be 4th down and about 5 yards to go for the Bobcats. And they bring in some big boys. It looks like they're going to go for it here. They got the big fella in the backfield right now. I think that's probably going to be big 75 again, Torrey Henry. It is, and it looks like he's lining up kind of in a tailback position at the moment.
Reminds you of a refrigerator of the fridge, huh? Old Perry.
Or Frank Rodriguez.
Hey, right.
Back in the day.
Frank the Tank.
Big old heavy
I want
formation.
that big, though. He's a big boy.
Penalty flag. Was it the play clock? It was the play clock. Delay a game. That's going to make it 4th and 10 for the Bobcats. And, boy, you really can't afford to make a mistake like that if you're Chaparral here in the 4th quarter down 10 with 6 minutes and 25 seconds. So they will bring the punter out.
I'm kind of eager to see what that play was going to be because, I mean.
Yeah.
Big man was out there. I mean,
that's the first time we saw that formation. I wouldn't have blamed him to hand it to that big fella. Maybe he's faster than you give people credit for.
Hand
but
the ball off and say good luck.
Yeah, people hanging off of him. Tuma Vale able to get a kickoff. Wooldridge thinks about returning. Decides to leave it there. It's going to be down by number 31, Andre Mitchell of the Bobcats, and the Lions will take over possession on their own 17-yard line.
Parents, students, or fans are allowed on the field at the end of the game. Students, if you're needing a ride, please call or text your ride.
That's more of a middle school announcement, but I used to have to do that when I was the PA. You always got the school people don't want to be here until midnight because
it's been a long week already.
Yeah, because and they have a 3-day weekend with Monday being a federal holiday. It's Columbus Day, in case you don't know. Traditionally, and I guess more recently, it's Indigenous Peoples Day as well.
So if you have to cash them checks, it better be tomorrow before they close at noon.
Yeah. Well, that's with direct deposit. I don't worry about that stuff anymore. Hand off to Gordon. He breaks a little seam up the middle right behind Casimir and carries up to the 29 for a first down. He's going to be tackled eventually by number 11, Amir Bolton Smith. But the Lions will keep possession of the football. They'll wind the clock at 6:05. And the Lions, look for the Lions to eat up most of every play clock here on this drive.
Operation Milk That Clock.
Yeah. We'll take that, too, as we got to drive home. This is a fast football game. It's only been about 2 hours and 20 minutes of real time. Hand off to Gordon. He's got a hole, 35. Spinning towards the 40, and he's finally knocked out of bounds. Another 10-yard gain for Camarion Gordon.
He's just so shifty. He could just stop on the dime.
Yeah, and he'll be back next year. So he's just a junior this year.
So he's exciting to watch.
He sure is. And they'll stop the clock to move the chains with 5:28. It took him a second to decide that he got that first down, but 2 consecutive plays to Gordon, 2 consecutive 10-yard carries. Keep feeding the rock to the young man.
Milk, milk, milk. Come on now.
Let that offensive line earn their work here and that breakfast that they're going to have tomorrow. Let's burn them calories now. Hand off to Gordon again. Bobcats are waiting on him there and drop him for a 1-yard loss. As they kind of figured, here comes Gordon once again.
Right.
Ball now at the 38-yard line of Leander. The Lions in the huddle, 25 seconds on the play clock. Game clock at 4:38. That is a really cool play clock because it has the game clock on it as well. I just noticed that. It has the play and the game clock.
Oh, yeah, that is neat right there.
You don't have to look all over as a quarterback. Wooldridge in motion. Swing pass to Wooldridge. He'll get out of bounds. Forced out by number 8, William Ellison, after no gain. It is 3rd down.
Chased out of bounds by number 8, William Ellison. Bobcat fans, you know what time it is.
3rd down 11 for the Lions. Into the game comes number 28 at running back, Malachi Ramos. Or is that 20? It might be Coates. Their numbers look very similar. It is Coates. And they'll swing the pass out to Coates. He's got it to 40. Breaks the tackle, spins. Down to about the 38. Gain of about 3 yards. It's 4th down. The Lions will likely run this clock down it'll be under 2 minutes. And then they'll probably use their timeout. They have 2 of them, or 3 of them rather. They have all 3. And they'll probably run this play clock down as far as they can, call timeout, and then punt the ball away. You kind of want to ensure the win, although they do break the huddle pretty quickly. There's still 14 seconds on the play clock. Rodriguez back to punt. Returning the punt will be Kenneth Johnson for the Bobcats. Nice high punt by Rodriguez. Johnson waves everybody off. It'll take a line roll inside the 20. It'll be down to about the 18-yard line. So it will be Bobcat football, and they got 2 minutes, 44 seconds to try to see if they can do something with that football. You know, it's still enough time. It's only a 10-point game. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen. And if there's any sport where crazy things happen, it is football.
Especially on Fridays.
Yeah. Even more so on Fridays. You were right. It occurs at every level, but, man, things get crazy sometimes on Friday nights.
It'll be nice to just see the defense keep pressure here on the quarterback, give him no options to throw down the field because, I mean, obviously that's their only option right now.
Well, Moses has an empty set. He's going to get rid of the ball quickly to Johnson, and he's able to make the first guy miss, and not the second, third, or fourth guys, though, but he'll get a gain of about 5 yards, 2nd down.
Hey, let him keep throwing that. He's only good for about 12 of those, and then it's end of clock.
Yeah, we'll take that all day
Yeah.
long. It's the ones you throw down the seam that you worry a little more about, those along the sidelines deep, because there could be interference penalties, all kinds of things can happen. See if we get some pressure up the middle from Timon Lawson. There is some pressure, flushes Moses out. Penalty flag comes down as Moses runs over a line as he's going out of bounds after picking up the first down. But that flag in an area of a hold, so this is likely to come back. So it is definitely a hold. They'll move it back from the spot of the foul, which was around the line of scrimmage, so it should be 2nd and 15. They're going to move the line of scrimmage back to the 15-yard line. So I guess it was a little bit past the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and 13 where the hold occurred. They're going to leave a running back there to help Moses with his pass protection, or at least give him an outlet pass. Can't see the number at the moment. Looking to throw. Moses has time. He's finally pressured. It's going to be a sack as all of the defensive linemen continue to work until they get to the quarterback. And they all get there. The sack goes all the way back to the 7-yard line. They need to get out to the 28. So it'll be 3rd down and 21.
And that was Pites and Virgil Garcia initially on that one right there. So
yeah, it looks like Big Mac was in there as well.
That's what you just want to see. Good pressure, no options down the field. Run the clock out. Head back to Leander with a W.
Yes, the most important thing is to be 3-0 heading into next week's ball game.
It doesn't matter how pretty it is. It's still 3-0.
That's right. Moses looking to throw, and he's
go.
sacked by Pites for a safety.
Go.
The Lions will add 2 more points to their lead.
Mr. Football does it again.
And they'll also receive the kick. I can tell you Coach Mask is going to look at this film and be very excited if he can convince Garrett Pites to come to Southwestern University. And, of course, being the sideline reporter for him, I'd be down with that.
Right.
So.
Be fun to watch him down the street, huh?
Well, it's just neat to see guys that, you know, the kicker at Southwestern was Vandegrift's kicker.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're
familiar. Yeah.
So they have guys that you see in the area. Sometimes Vandegrift was in our district when he was in high school. So, you know, I saw him perform at Vandegrift while I did the Lion game. So it'd be nice to have a Lion this time though, instead of just one of our opponents.
Wishing he'd missed the kick to hoping he makes it now.
Right, exactly. So I'm trying to see here where the upcoming schedule is for Leander. Let's see if I can find that. Let's see who's next on the docket.
So next would be Lake Belton.
So Lake Belton's coming to AC Bible. Back deep to receive the kick after the safety, and they can punt or kick off. Looks like they're going to punt the football, or drop kick it rather.
So after this game, we got Lake Belton, then we're at Rouse, then Cedar Park, and then at Eastview to cap off the district play. So
yeah, this is the only long-distance game that we've had this season. It's not a significantly long distance. Back deep to receive is Isaac Montgomery and Zane Woldridge. Kicking for the Bobcats, Justice Tuimovavi. Oh, that one is going to be covered by Montgomery as I wouldn't say he actually muffed it, but he did look like he might have touched it as he had to run up about 15 yards to try to catch it. But he's able to get back and cover it, and the Lions will retain possession with 40 seconds remaining and 2 timeouts for the Bobcats. So, pretty much expect a knee here.
Yeah, the best formation in football, victory
formation. And that's the discussion here. There are 2 timeouts, but you still want to burn those 40 seconds off. So you don't take the knee right away. You try to, take a few seconds off the clock before you do take the knee, and that means the front, those guys in the trenches can't get lazy. And it's the tight formation for Mitchell. He takes his time and takes a knee with 38 seconds, and it looks like the Bobcats are going to let the clock burn, so they won't use their timeouts, and the Lions will come out 3-0 in District 8-5A. We're going to leave the stream running and allow the camera to video the field here for a few minutes, but we want to thank you for tuning in. Tune in on Tuesday to the Lion Nation podcast as we head out to it's called Lucky Rabbit in Jonestown, so come on out if you can. If not, tune in. That's on Tuesday night. It'll be about 6:30 that we go on the air. And then next Friday, AC Bible, as Lake Belton pays a visit. For Frank Rodriguez, Peter Casimir, and Puryear Schwesper, we want to thank you for listening to Lion Football on SHN Sports. I promise, Coach Hogan, I'll get it right at some point by the end of the year. So, again, thanks for listening.
We had to give him a nickname.
Yeah, it is. It's Big Mac. Oh, you mean for Puryear?
Big Mac's little brother.
Yeah, well, he didn't like that. We'll come up with something for him. So, all right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Go Lions.
Oh, yeah, roll Pride.